Welcome to this new section in which we will discuss workflow best practice. Now, although this would be regarded as one of the less enjoyable parts of workflow creation, I can honestly say that it's one of the most important. By employing workflow best practices, you are able to create an easy to follow narrative through the use of comments and annotations, which makes it extremely clear what your workflows are doing. Therefore, when you are sharing processes with your team or other stakeholders such as audit, a clearly defined workflow will enable you to easily outline what is happening at each stage or section of the workflow. It also comes in very useful as a form of handover. So in the case that you leave your team to pursue another role, you can easily hand over workflows that you've created that can be easily understood by your successor, providing the narrative and explanations are well documented, of course. We can even make use of a colour palette that enables us to create different colours for different comments, which makes workflows more visual. So even if you have 500 tools on a canvas, and you zoom out to see the overall structure of the workflow, colours will draw your attention to where specific operations occur, such as inputs, cleansing, outputs, and so on. So let's quickly take a look at the comment boxes functionality. As the name suggests, this allows us to include comment boxes with text on the canvas that can be used to describe different parts of the workflow. Now, comment boxes can be used to include any information. So you can include a description of a particular section, you can use them to incorporate titles and headers. So let's drag in a comment box which can be found within the documentation tool palette. So to add this to your toolbar, you can click on the plus icon here and then select Documentation. When we go into the Documentation tab, you can drag in a comment box tool. Now remember, you could always add the tool directly onto the canvas by right-clicking on the canvas and going to Insert. You will then find the comment box option within the Documentation option. The text you want to include is put into the text section at the top of the configuration window. The next configuration option is the shape. Now the default shape is a rectangle with rounded edges, but you do have 4 shape options. You have the rounded rectangle, the oval, and then you have the option of no shape, i.e. it will only show text without any border. Next, you can choose from a selection of fonts, font sizes, and styles. You can then choose the text colour. You can choose the background colour of the shape, which is nice to categorise different parts of the workflow. And finally, you can decide how you want your text to be positioned in terms of alignment, with the following options available. The last thing I want to highlight is with respect to comment box position. Now you can drag your comment boxes around the canvas wherever you like, but comment boxes can also layer on top of each other. So if I were to add another comment box onto the canvas and make them overlap, I am able to decide which one appears in front of the other by right-clicking on the comment box and selecting the option of Bring to Front or Center Back, depending on my need. So try to get into the habit of incorporating neat explanations and descriptions as you progress with your workflow creation. Not only will it help you if you revisit a workflow after some time, but it will help others as well, as workflows can become very complex very quickly, which makes things very confusing.